After a few weeks of break on here, I'm coming back to you with the announcements for Aberration that we got this morning German time. Aberration was announced to be pushed to September 4th, which I'm absolutely okay with, especially because of all of the other games releasing still that I want to have a look at. It's a tough year for survival fans that want to basically play every game releasing. With Aberration, we will also get some changes to the base game that make me a bit scared, as those are some ambitious goals, but I think it's absolutely necessary. First, the game will completely be ported to Unreal 5.4. Unreal 5.4 comes with many tools for developers and a ton of improvement for the performance and for better and optimized usage for the end user hardware. Also, the cooking times are heavily improved, which will hopefully help with a long time. Modders have to wait for their mods to be prepared by Overwolf at the moment. If you're interested in what 5.4 has changed and added, I have put a link into the description that gives you the 5.4 release notes. How much of it will be utilized by ASA, we don't know yet, but at least it has potential. ASA will also discontinue frame gen by Nvidia. In the past, frame gen has probably been the #1 reason for the game to crash, and Wildcard will now go with the AMD solution FSR 3.1 as soon as it's available. This works with consoles and lower spec machines and will make it possible to lower the minimum requirements for ASA. At the end of the year, a new low system requirement option will also be added to the game for it to be able to run with a 1080 series of Nvidia graphic cards, which will be almost 9 years old by the time. I personally think this is an important step, as looking to the player numbers ARK Survival Evolved has, it's almost bouncing back to pre-ASA numbers. Once because people miss the content ASA is lacking, but also because ASA does not run on their machines good enough to have an enjoyable time. While I don't think there is anything wrong with making a game that uses newest technology developments as a foundation, I think it's also important to think about who you make the game for and if people will actually be able to run it. People want to play ARK, but they do not want to play it in low 2-digit FPS numbers or when it's crashing all the time. I hope this change will come sooner than later. Now, with everything technical and nerdy out of the way and hopefully people still being awake, let's talk about the new creature that was announced as Bob's Tall Tales creature. Its name is Cosmo and it's a jumping spider. Jumping spider, you say? Remember the creature vote for Aberration and how everyone and their mothers wanted to get the spider into the game and in the end it didn't get added? Now we kind of have it, but not as a rideable tame, but as a shoulder pet and as a light pet. I do like the idea that it is something people will love, as the previous votes showed the love for the spider, but it's also not anything that is game-breaking if you don't have it, as it is part of the paid Bob's Tall Tales DLC. I'm a big fan of jumping spiders in real life, and I think they are probably the most adorable thing on the planet. Absolutely appreciate the jumping spider love that we have been given. That said, the original concept of the giant rideable jumping spider is developed as a mod at the moment and can still be used by you if you're on single player game or if you have your own server. Earlier this week, the Dinosuchus has also been added to the game as well. It's one more of Garuga's creations that are now available for free in the main game. We already have basic support for it in ARK Smart Breeding, and for any feedback and issues when exporting it, please join the ASB Discord and let us know. And that was it for this week's community crunch and the developments for Aberration in September. I have high hopes and expectations for Aberration, as it is one of my favorite maps in the game. And after the center, I'm a little anxious about what's to come, but I'm fairly certain that the devs are aware that Aberration is the happy place for many ARK players, so I hope we will be positively surprised in September. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.